Hello everyone, this is Rachel coming back with you at Rachel's VSG Journey. I wanted to update you and let you know that I'm now on the other side and I'm alive and I survived my first week. Boy, that was a challenge. Big time challenge. I'm a little tired tonight. That's the one thing I'm noticing about this since I've had this procedure. I'm only able to drink water and broth is I don't have a lot of steam in me yet. I can't wait till I can actually get more substance in me and more of everything in me so that I can just have some energy back, because right now I'm pretty empty. But I did want to give you guys an update and just let you know, and kind of wanted to document my first week as well. The good news is I lost about 16 pounds in about 8 days after surgery. So that was exciting, and I'm down a total of like 20 pounds since pre-op diet. So that makes me feel good, and I'm pretty happy about that. But I just got to tell you that I've just been going through a hard time. Mentally, we try to prepare ourselves for, the whole liquid phase and everything. And I know some people have to do that for a lot longer on the pre-op phase. Luckily, I didn't. I just had yogurt and water for 3 days, and that was hard enough. But coming on the other side of things, I guess I thought in my mind that I wouldn't be hungry at all, and I've been hungry since I woke up from surgery. I don't believe it's head hunger, because it's actually like a physical feeling, like my stomach is gurgling and it's kind of feeling empty, and it's kind of like a hunger in the pit of my stomach. It's not like, and it's happening not when I'm thinking about food or anything. I'm just, whenever I'm waking up and I'm starving. So I don't believe that is head hunger. Head hunger is obviously when I'm watching my family eat food and I can't eat it, and I'm like, oh, I really want some of that. That's head hunger. So I was a little bit taken aback. I kind of thought that I wouldn't have any hunger feelings at all after waking up from surgery, but unfortunately I have, and it's not been satisfied with just broth. So hopefully when I get more substance in, I'll have a little bit more, be satisfied. So anyways, I'm just pretty tired. I've been taking really long naps in the early evening. Not like I want to, but it's like I can't go anymore. I'm just completely tuckered out. My eyes are closing, and I'm like, dang it, I gotta take a nap. So there's definitely been some changes and some inconveniences with this. I guess, like I said, one of the things that I expected was that my stomach would hurt, and that I wouldn't want to eat, that I would just be like, ooh, broth is all I want, because, I just had surgery and my tummy hurts and I don't want to put anything in it. But that's not been true. I've actually not really had any stomach pain at all. I've had some pain where my incisions and stuff have been, but not really in my stomach. There's a little ring right up in here between my breastbone that I can tell is my stomach, and that'll sometimes burn a little bit. If I drink liquids a little bit too fast or something, it kind of burns, but that's the only noticeable thing I've really had, which has been awesome. I'm glad I don't feel my stomach cut out. That's a good feeling. The cool thing is I really thought that it would be harder to drink. Like, I just had it in my mind that I was going to be taking baby sips, like barely putting anything in my mouth, and that it would hurt to swallow. I've been able to take pretty big sips and nothing hurts, and I'm able to get quite a bit of liquid down. I haven't measured time frame for how much I'm getting down, and I probably should have done that, but I don't know. I just know that I'm able to, in about 30 minutes, get probably 8-10 ounces of water in. So it's going down a lot easier than what I expected it would be. So that's kind of one of the pluses. Non-scale victory is when I went to go take a shower the other day, I had been wearing sweatpants every day just to be comfortable, And I finally decided to go put on a pair of jeans that I was wearing before surgery, and they were huge. And so I was able to go get my smallest pair of jeans that I had in my closet, which were size 18-20, and they fit. I buttoned them, I zipped them up. Now they probably weren't the most comfortable pants to sit down in, but to walk around and stand, and I'm sure if I would have worn them long enough to stretch them out, they would have been great. So that was really cool to see that in a week. It was pretty exciting. So, my head's a little floaty right now. No carbs, no sugar, not a lot of substance. So, pardon if I'm all over the place. I just feel really loopy. I felt really good today. Today was like really, 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 really good day. The sun was shining. I woke up. I drank my Rehydrate, half a Spark. That has been saving my ass. Like, I started drinking my Rehydrate. I took it with me to Mexico, and I started drinking my Rehydrate the day that I was allowed to drink liquids. Like, the first they gave me ice chips, but then, like, the next day when I was allowed to drink liquids, they gave me a juice, like a little kid's juice, and I was sipping on that, and it tasted good, but honestly, my body couldn't handle all that sugar, and it was like not sitting well with my stomach. So Rehydrate doesn't have any sugar in it at all, but it tastes really good. It's very light and delicate. So I mixed myself up one of those, and once I was able to get all of that down, I just felt great. It has electrolytes in it. I just felt so much better. So I've been drinking predominantly Rehydrate, just because of plain water. It's not sitting so well. If it's really, really cold with a lot of ice in it, I can handle it. But if it's like room temperature water, for some reason my stomach just doesn't like it, and it just kind of So I'm drinking more fluids if I have the Rehydrate in it, and that's been my lifesaver. So I held off on the Spark because it has vitamins and stuff in it. So I held off on my Spark until I think I was about a week out. And now I'm doing like a half a scoop of that with my Rehydrate, and it's giving me an awesome boost in the morning that gets me almost half the day. I feel really good. So I went out and I did some dishes, straightened up the house a little bit, and then I went for a walk. And oh my gosh, the walk was comical. I did more walking at the airport than I've been able to do since I've been home. I must have had that, like, gotta get home sensation, because it really was effortless for me to come home on the, walking through all the airport with all the plane changes and stuff like that. I did really well. But since I've been home, I have been so drained, and I haven't had a lot of energy. So, I went to go for a walk, and I made it from the parking lot to the actual gate at the trailhead. Now, it was a good distance. I had to go over some, up and down hills and things like that to get. I wish I would have known how far it is. I don't really know, but it's a good little walk to get to the trailhead. But I had in my mind that I was going to walk on my normal trail route and go all the way down by the creek. And I literally got to the trailhead. I was like, whoa, I'm weak, I'm tired. I hope I can make it back to the car. And then when I got back to the car, I just had this like floaty feeling like I should probably not be driving. Luckily, I was only like around the block from my house, and I made it home without any accidents. I'm not on any pain pills or anything, but it's just no carbs, no sugar, just a little, some protein, some broth. It just doesn't seem to be enough to keep my brain in check. So, something I gotta get over, I guess. Hopefully it'll get better in the coming weeks. I wish I had more pictures and stuff from Mexico. My mom has all the pictures. she was able to take a lot of the pictures. I know if you guys watched my previous video, there was like major chaos getting there. We were on our flight headed out to Mexico and, San Francisco. Gorgeous flight, gorgeous weather. Everything was just beautiful. It was one of the smoothest flights I've ever been on. And we get an hour into our flight and they're telling us we're making an emergency landing. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, the engine's out. Something's wrong, right? No, a guy was having a heart attack on the plane. And I feel bad. I mean, that's awful. And I'm so glad he was able, the nurse sitting next to us was able to tend to him and give him some aspirin. They had some old IV bags that still had the words Continental on there. She complained about that. But anyways, it was just kind of shitty. It really was. That it just had to have been my plane route because it just messed everything up. But I'm glad that the guy's okay. So we get into San Francisco and everything's kind of messed up. Sorry, my nose is itching. Allergies. Hasn't itched all day, and of course I get on a video, now it starts itching. But anyways, we get into San Francisco and there is absolutely no flights whatsoever to San Diego. They're completely booked. They're trying to reroute all of us. They're trying to reroute another flight. And it was just chaos. And then they gave us a really crappy schedule at first, and we were like, I was just distraught. And then they ended up giving us something else that was better and whatnot. But we didn't get into San Diego. We didn't get into Mexico until like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. So it was like, boom, straight to like undress, do this, the doctor that came into the EKG and blood work, and then they had to wait for the labs to come through to make sure everything was good. And then my doctor was supposed to be in like an hour, and he got caught up at a different hospital. So it was like all this hurry up, rush, and then my doctor didn't even get there till like 4:30, 5 o'clock, something like that, maybe 4, I don't know. But anyways, I got into the room pretty late, and I woke up in a lot of pain, and they did, come out and give me some pain medicines right away. And then I got sick from the gas, and I threw up, and that was awful, like awful. And there was just, I think a lot of it was anesthesia too, because I've thrown up from anesthesia before. I just do not handle anesthesia well anymore. But I have been put under anesthesia. This was my 13th time in my life. And there's like 15 drugs that goes into anesthesia to put you down. And to be put under that many times, I'm sure there's going to be some side effects to your body. They say it was gas. I don't think it was gas. I'm pretty darn sure that I got sick because of anesthesia. Because it was not long after I came out and got settled in my bed, and they were giving me some medicine, and then it was like right all over myself and my hair, and it was just so much pain to throw up with those incisions. But by the grace of God, it was one time. And then I felt, they gave me a bunch of Zofran and some other things, and I felt a lot better. And then I rested for the most part comfortably. They kept me pretty sedated that night. And then the next morning, I just, it wasn't too bad. It was surgery, but it wasn't too bad. So I did, Mark, if you wanted to go watch that other video about the nursing, the staff, I was a little out of it. It was like my first video of like, oh, I'm so drugged. But they were amazing down there. I would do it again in a heartbeat. To be able to take your life in your own hands and not wait a year or two and deal with insurance companies and deal with all this pre-op garbage and all these psychologists. I mean, my friend Maggie went through all of that. It didn't do anything differently for her. I mean, the whole psychologist thing, psychiatrist thing, I just don't think that a couple visits to make sure you're sane or not is going to make the difference in this. She's not even using all of her post-op support. Most of it's a joke. Up at the Cleveland Clinic, she's got her doctor telling her one thing, 2 different nutritionists telling her something else. She's like, really? It's a joke? She's like, I've done better with my you know, my online support groups and just getting feedback from people that have been through it and learning from what my body can do than like all of that garbage. So for the people that are like scared and they want to stay in the States and they want to go with the insurance stuff, awesome, good for you. I'm glad that that's a route for you. But that was never going to be a route for me. And I wasn't going to spend $20,000 to $40,000 to have surgery in the States and go through all of that headache. And so the fact that I was able to go down there and felt like I got top-notch care and a top-notch doctor, Dr. Ponce was just amazing. Like, he had such a kindness and humility, but he's really good at what he does. My incisions have never looked this good. All my surgeries, they've never looked this clean. Didn't have hardly any bruising at all. Like, my skin was just, didn't even look touched. Like, literally the day of surgery, I'm like looking at my incisions and they didn't even look touched. Oh, just an amazing job. I didn't feel a lot of bruising. I didn't feel a lot of like how they go in with laparoscopically and your muscles are just jacked up. I don't feel it. I have one little scar tissue area from when I've had my gallbladder out that's probably trying to like reattach, that when I move it's like a pinching, pulling pain, but it's not even where there's an incision at. It's just probably, again, some scar tissue, and it's just annoying. But that part's been a breeze, and I would definitely recommend Trish. She is so hands-on. She is just so there to cater to you. Trish with Weight Loss for Better Life. I could not have asked for a better experience. Really nice drivers. I felt really safe in the car with them. It was so easy getting back into the country. It was like we went through the medical lane. Everything was good. We were like literally just, it was effortless. It was so easy. And I just trust her, and she has such an integrity, and she's been approached by other doctors to do some other things that she wasn't comfortable with, and she turned them down and turned down a lot of money to do things the right way and the way of integrity. And plus she's a believer too. And her and my mom just got along so well, talking about their faith and all of the things that she's been through in her life. And she's just been a blessing. And I couldn't think of using anybody else. I really couldn't. So definitely a plug into her and a plug into Dr. Jamie Ponce de Leon. He was awesome. So enough of that. I'm going to end this video now, and I'm going to put some more random thoughts on video part 2. Okay? Bye-bye.